Okay, Alex Trebek's new book. The answer is Reflections on My Life. This is Alex Trebek's new memoir. Y'all are really going to like this book. I enjoyed it, and I didn't even watch Jeopardy for most of until he got sick. I started watching Jeopardy more. But readers of this book are really going to enjoy it. He goes through the highlights of his life. This is not a from birth to death specific, there are a lot of gaps between these stories. And he does touch on his family life. He touches on how they moved, how he interacted with his siblings and divorces and just big highlights. He actually starts the book saying his memory's poor and he's forgetting a lot of the details in these stories, but he's just putting together some things for his fans that wrote him letters. He said he's so overwhelmed with the letters that he got when he announced his cancer diagnosis that he felt like he owed giving his viewers and his fans a little something to just know him a little bit better before he passed. And he said in the beginning of the introduction that he had no plans to get anything out of this. He had no demons that he was trying to resolve by writing the book. He just simply wanted to give his fans a little bit something about his life. And it really is a series. He uses some of the stories from his life and experiences that happened in his life to provide a lesson to the people reading the book. And each chapter is labeled with some kind of Jeopardy quote, like it'll be the answer is ... life will be the chapter title, which I thought was also unique. But the way the book is structured is just amazing. It's just highlights of his life. Found him very interesting. He's a great, interesting person to read about. And one thing that I will never forget about this book, and this is what will stick with me forever, and I may keep this book and reread it. It was a great little memoir, and you can take away life lessons from it. But one thing I'll never forget is the ending. The last 2 or 3 pages of this book, written by a dying man, are one of the sweetest, most poetic endings to a memoir ever. I mean, it sears in your memory a certain scene. I won't spoil it, but very special ending. And that's what I'll remember most about this book, is that last chapter, because it's something that we all aspire to in death, and took a lot of courage for him to write something like that. So really great memoir. I'm always touched by these books more so than just standard memoirs. Memoirs written by a dying person seem to be more dramatic and have more weight, and seems to me to be more honest. Some memoirs written by people facing death. One other memoir comes to mind is When Breath Becomes Air. That's another great similar book about a neurosurgeon that gets a cancer diagnosis. But overall, phenomenal book. Read it, check it out. Even if you're not a fan of Jeopardy, even if you don't know who Alex Trebek is, you'll take away something from this book. So I would reread it again. I'd keep it. It was written well. And that is my review on Alex Trebek. The answer is Reflections on My Life. Go check it out.